want you to stop thinking that you need a buddy to do everything. There will be times when people are not interested or available to do it with you. Respect that and do it by yourself. You'll love it. If you wait for people, you will end up with a history of missed opportunities. You have to be more afraid of that happening than you are afraid of being alone. And besides, you have you. For my 40th birthday, I wanted to take my first solo trip abroad. Italy was already on my bucket list of places to travel, and I thought that that would make it only mildly crazy. I wanted to go where I didn't know a soul, didn't speak the language, and no tour group. Of course I was nervous, but that's how I knew I needed to do it. I'm more afraid of not trying than trying and failing. Whenever I have those feelings, I deal with them by getting prepared. That's the best way to feel confident about anything. So for months, I was Project Italy, looking up the history of Italy, practicing Italian, and listening to other people's stories. Traveling alone was great. I really got to geek out at my leisure, and I never really got a chance to use my Italian because most people spoke English. I booked this trip through Groupon Getaways. This was my second trip through Groupon, and my only regret is that I didn't use them sooner. So the way that it works is that you buy the Groupon, and then you call the hosting travel agency, and then you pay for the trip with the Groupon that you just bought. If you need to fly out of a different city, or you like to add a tour that they're offering, then they will just charge you for the difference at that point. So you want to be prepared for that. They have optional tours that you can add on. You want to go on the gondola ride. See, it's $95 a person, for example. So they say, you want to add this on, you say, hang on, go over to Viator, type in solo gondola, and nope. You're going to go with the one on Viator. With Groupon, you get the flight, the hotel that's always in the perfect location, one package, one price, done. The hotels are on the scale of, like, I would compare them to a Marriott or a Hilton. Safe, clean, perfectly located, someplace to sleep, have breakfast, and keep your stuff safe. There is a fee to travel solo, but when I compare prices, I still ended up going with Groupon because they were cheaper even with the fee. So it was worth it. Shout out to Go Today Travel. They were the hosting travel agency for this trip. I worked with Jennifer Massad, and she really hooked me up. Thank you. I think it's a good idea to go on Viator and look at their Skip the Line tickets. They have tickets for the Coliseum, for the Vatican Museum. This is the line to get into the Coliseum, and all of the lines look like this. If I didn't have a Skip the Line ticket, I'd still be there. And if you go into Florence, I highly recommend the Florence card. It's a pass into all of the museums with no waiting in line. It's a single reason I was able to see so much. Download the mobile passport app and enjoy the shortest U.S. customs line you have ever seen in an airport. Hop over to TravelX, exchange your money online, and then they'll send it to your house. Please don't overpack. Use your carry-on suitcase so that you can be mobile in tight spaces. You're going to be on and off of trains, and there's little to no space for a large suitcase. Don't forget to pack your EU power adapter and your mobile charger. Your phone is going to be your camera and your GPS. Having a dead battery is not an option. Dress for the weather and be prepared to walk a lot. I walked over 10 miles a day just sightseeing. Also, the cathedrals have a modesty clause where you can't have exposed shoulders or anything above the knee. They can turn you away for that. Be cute, but be sensible. Roller bags, cobblestones, and heels don't mix. Trans Europe Express. All you need to get to where you're going is Google Maps and a Metro card. Yep. Public transportation is the main mode of transportation in Europe. You could rent a car, but I don't recommend it. Traffic is crazy, even for the best to drive. And then once you get to your destination, parking starts a whole new nightmare. The magic of traveling to Europe actually happens on the train. More so than seeing the world wonders, you get to see the full range of the demographic of the people. And this is also where you'll have your most meaningful conversations. That's really one of the biggest parts of the experience. You don't want to miss out being stuck in a car. When dining, waiters wait to be waved down so as to not bother you while you eat. It's common practice to ask for the restaurant's Wi-Fi password since internet in Italy is not always fast. Tips are included in the price unless otherwise stated. Pizza is served uncut and is eaten with a fork and knife. Italians eat very late, so it's not uncommon for a restaurant to be empty before 8 p.m. And Italian food in America is actually very authentic. I didn't notice much difference in taste. Also, when paying for things, there is usually a dish on the counter to pay your money and receive change hands-free. There was this group of women standing in the street taking a picture, and people were being nice by waiting for them to get their shot before they crossed the street. By the 10th shot, I was starting to feel irritated and really embarrassed by their rudeness. I heard their accents and they were American. I see why people say that we make terrible tourists. More on that later. For now, let me show you how to take better selfies without being a PETA. You'll need a selfie stick, and if you want a hands-free shot, you'll need a selfie stick with detachable feet for a mobile tripod. The perfect selfie is actually not a selfie at all. It's a video. You take a video of yourself, you do about 6 poses in 10 seconds. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, what kind of forever? Done. And then you sit down somewhere and edit it. Just and screenshot. No need to hold up anyone's day. And once you get your shot, put the camera away and be in the moment. You're not unsafe because you're alone, but because you are alone, paying close attention is key. America has some of the meanest streets in the world, which naturally makes us street smart people. Whatever you would do in a major city in America, the same rules apply here. Don't sit with your back facing the door. Make sure your bag is hard to pickpocket and never leave your things unattended. You are in a country where having good manners is just as cool as having good fashion sense. But no matter how nice everybody is, you're a traveler, which means that you are in a low but steady state of survival. Trust your instincts and stay sharp. When you're near tourist attractions, there will be people asking for money. The street vendors are more aggressive, and there will be hustlers everywhere trying to charm the tourists. Don't be hustled. The real safety risk is secondhand smoke. Non-smokers are the minority, and it's socially acceptable to smoke just about anywhere. So if you have an allergy, come prepared. Italians are very generous with compliments. They just don't believe in keeping it in. A lady on a packed train said to me, like, we were like this, and she's like, I like your Picasso. Grazie. Prego. A kid passing you on the street, Buongiorno, bella. And men say to each other, Bello, buongiorno, bello, ciao, ciao, ciao. You know, that's how they say what's up to each other. And as you're walking, people will say, ciao, bella. Like your style. Beautiful. That's nice. Shoes, yeah. I'm really kind of sad that they're stereotyped as being flirtatious because that's not how I would read that. I think that they're just very generous with compliments. I wish that we were more generous with compliments instead of critique. Staring is also socially acceptable in Italy, which can be a bit of a culture shock. The men will stare a hole right through you. The kicker is, though, the women will stare at you too, just not as long. Just all eyeballs. Like, by the end of the trip, I just didn't pay attention to it anymore. I stopped noticing, especially once I realized that other people were also being stared at. So I started my trip in Milan, then Venice, then Florence, then Rome. Much like traveling south in the United States, you notice how the accents get thicker, the infrastructure gets older, the food gets richer. Same thing in Italy. The accents get thicker, people are speaking less English, the cobblestones are a little more uneven. It's uncanny how similar humans are. That's the beauty of travel. You get to see how we have more similarities than we do differences. It's beautiful. By the time I got to Rome, the staring stopped completely. Those guys just walk up and ask you out. And they're real serious too, like, oh, po thing. Listen, let me tell you something. I love my husband. But if something were to happen to him and I was faced with having to deal with another man, I would happily choose Netflix every time. Ciao. Where are you from? America. I've been there. Connecticut, you know it. So, where are your friends? Are you just resting? Are you tired? So, you know, I know a really lovely place. It has the best gelato in the world. Come, we go. I ain't going nowhere. No, thank you. I'm married. And soon after this, I'm going to be meeting my husband. Oh, okay. Not single. Not single. Ciao. Okay. Ciao, Bella. So, why did I lie? He already knew I was an American tourist. He assumed that I was alone. And he asked me to go away from the safety of the public almost immediately. I don't care if you're in Italy or walking your dog around your neighborhood, you never go anywhere with a stranger, and you don't need to let them know that you're alone. Human trafficking is real, and it can happen anywhere in the world. And if this was truly part of a traffic ring, they don't pull up in a van, get in the van. No, they send a pretty one to lure you away. Now you may be saying, well, I'm single and I don't think it's that serious. And that's fair. You see the pretty face and you hear the accent and you're like, okay, I'll go. Well, where is this place? We've been walking for a while. In my van. Now you're in a sticky situation. Even if he's not a part of a traffic ring, you know, you don't have to be drinking alcohol to be drugged. And same thing for men. Men, you are not out of this conversation. Drugging a man and taking all his money is a con as old as time, okay? Even if they mean you no harm, you still can't let them know where you stay. You absolutely can't go anywhere with them. Don't waste your time. You should absolutely talk to strangers, but you don't need to go off anywhere with them. My advice, just stay focused. You have to stay away from things that will cloud your judgment. And if you don't think you can resist, don't travel solo. We don't want anything to happen to you, okay? This is about stepping out of the comfort zone, not putting our lives at risk. Dear American tourist, you something else. We Americans have to work to change our perception abroad. We need to travel and conduct ourselves like we are guests in someone's home. Use your best manners. Always be nice and let their good manners rub off on you. Keep that same energy and then bring some of that back home to us. Check your privilege. Don't expect everything to be the way that it is at home. And absolutely don't expect to be treated special just because you're an American. You don't go to a non-English speaking place and demand people speak English to you. Who are you? You came into their house. Speak the language. Mispronounce the words. Say the wrong things. If they speak English, they won't leave you hanging. Just trying to speak the language is a way of showing humility and respect. And that's the best you can do. Tell my friends about yourself.
Yeah, with my sister, man.
Why don't you just let go and quiet down your ego? Don't complain about finance. I know your daddy weren't a real man. Go ahead and live your dreams. To me, you're stronger than a whole team. I know you can't relax, and you don't want me to know that. I see you work real hard. You wanna help your friends, but trust me, baby, you don't owe them. Don't take on people's problems. I wanna see you smile, even when you think I'm angry. It's true, it might take a while, but it's between you and me. I know you check my texts. Don't you worry about my ex. I might be on his mind, but I'll never reply. Remember on the weekend, I said I'll make some changes, and you said you'd do the same thing. And I don't wanna fight my king. I held you when you was weak. You caught me on my knees. Don't pressure me for some kids, and I won't pressure you for marriage. I know it's never the right time, but we gotta do things on our time. Sometimes I still doubt myself, but at least now I love myself. And I am quite emotional, that's why you can't get close at all. So I start to push away the ones that love me, cause I'm scared that they might walk away. I'm not perfect, so I try every day and I grow a little bit. Read a little more so I can educate my kids. Eat from my soul and cleanse my spirit. Pray cause I'm ready for the bloom of the city. Peace and serenity is all that I need. Sometimes we fall in love.
Visit my online home decor boutique at the Home Oniship Art Deco at Etsy.com, Amazon.com, or HomeOniship.com. I hope solo travel is as demystified for you as it was for me, and I hope that we both get to see the world. Ciao, bello and bella. Ciao, ciao.